Welcome in to the Kap and J Hood Morning Show on ESPN 1000 and streaming on the ESPN Chicago app with David Kaplan, Jonathan Hood with you. Now time for Shot or No Shot, brought to you by.
That would be ESPN Bet live in Illinois. Get $100 in free bets when you make any sportsbook wager. Open your account, download that app today. We say good morning to Shea Winger Norley.
Good morning, boys, on a Monday. How we feeling?
I'm
July,
awesome, man.
baby.
And when I get to see Hoodie in a Akeem Olajuwon Houston Rockets jersey, it's a good morning. That is an awesome shirt.
Wash day at the Hood household. Digging deep into the drawer for this one. Just something clean.
Cool. That one's cool.
After smelling like the liquor for the weekend, might as well put on something clean.
We've all been there.
So, let me tell you something, Cap. The Brewer fan, as I see on my phone here, laughing and smiling this morning.
Believe me, I'm getting it from all sides.
Laughing and smiling. It's unbelievable. How do these small market teams do it, man? The structure, knowing that you may not win the big one, but the point is, though, is that it keeps the fans interested that you're at least going to be a playoff team. The Guardians, the Milwaukee Brewers, teams like that, finding a way. Meanwhile, these big payroll teams, they're sweating it out. Like
By the way, at the break, I pulled up on my phone the highlight. You remember when Jim Leland told Barry Bonds to leave spring trading?
Yeah.
He started screaming at him with F-bomb after F-bomb.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to have it out? Let's do it right now. You can go home. And he went off on him. That was Barry Bonds. Yet, Cody made a mistake. And it just keeps happening.
Yep. You don't talk to players like that anymore as we turn to Shea Norley.
Well, Hoodie, you brought up the Brewers making the playoffs. I was glad, at least over the weekend, to see one team in this town be a little aggressive. The Blackhawks went and traded themselves back into the first round with 2 second-round picks. They ended up with 3 picks in the first round. Mm-hmm. Today, the expectation when free agency officially opens, they'll go sign Tyler Bertuzzi. That half a point per game player in Toronto a year ago. Feels like they are making moves to build a competitive team sooner than later. Shot or no shot? The Blackhawks are going to end up getting back to the playoffs before the Cubs.
Oh, gosh.
That's a shot.
That's a shot. And I never thought I'd say that. Never thought I would say that.
I'm just wrong, man. I don't mind being wrong here every morning, but, boy, that looks... My pick of them to get to the playoffs. It's like the Cubs are not interested as much as I am in their team.
It's unbelievable how bad the Cubs are right now.
The Blackhawks in the playoffs sooner than the Cubs.
If I had told you that, there is no way either of us would have signed up for that. No way.
The Blackhawks started their rebuild, 2 seasons later, technically?
God.
And it was unfathomable, but you go land Connor Bedard, pick in the top 5 again, get 3 guys in the first round. Feels like they're going to make some splashes in free agency this offseason.
Yeah, and this kid Tyler Bertuzzi.
Bertuzzi, yeah.
Yeah, so
Todd.
He's got to be related to Todd Bertuzzi, right?
No question.
He's not. It's not his kid because I'm looking that up, and the parents are not Todd and whatever, but I just played in that golf tournament in Toronto with Todd. Mm-hmm. I could have broken the story. Never even thought that the Chicago Blackhawks, he's the nephew. Tyler is the nephew of former NHL player Todd Bertuzzi, who was an animal and the nicest guy in the world when I met him, but he was just physical and tough. Played, I think, till he was 39. So we're getting a guy like that. Let's go.
Shea, please ask that question after the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Just put a pin in it. Just bring it up again. But it's July. People are doing what they're doing in the summer. This will be a fresh question for the audience.
Will Cody Bellinger be wearing different color pinstripes? Matter of fact, shot or no shot after the Major League trade deadline, with the Yankees sniffing around and the Cubs right back where they were a year ago. Shot or no shot, Cody Bellinger will be wearing different color pinstripes on August 1st.
Johnny, go. You can have this one because you know where I'm going.
I will say no shot, Cap. I will say no shot.
He's wearing different pinstripes?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to say shot. And guess what? I'll put his not following the fundamental rules ass right in my car. I'll make sure it's charged up and zoom right to the airport.
I'll say no shot because it might be a team with just solid colors. With no pinstripes. It could be,
Okay.
Could the
I'll
Atlanta
take
Braves
that one.
use? Could the Atlanta Braves use them? They don't. Do they wear? I don't think they have pinstripes. I think those are solid colors. The Braves.
They might
No
have an alternate
pinstripes
with
in Atlanta.
pinstripes, but I think you're right on the solid color deal.
Just move him. Let's go.
It's a no shot. I like to see the Yankees be the old Yankees. They're scuffling. Jeez.
Can you answer me a question?
Yes, sir.
It's a serious question.
Yes, sir.
How can Miles Mastroboni at 149 or whatever it is he's hitting, and Patrick Wisdom and the catching situation, like how do these guys stay in the big leagues? Canario keeps hitting home runs in the minors. Other guys look like, got a chance, maybe. And they don't even get a chance. We keep bringing the same goofs up.
Oh, well, the answer to the question would be that they don't want the good young talent of the Cubs sitting. They feel like if you're going to call them up, they should be playing right away. And by the way, you might get your wish at the end of the deadline. I think that's the answer, Cap. The answer is they don't want their good young prospects sitting on the bench watching instead of playing every day.
But Hoodie, let them play ahead of some of these guys.
Okay. Like the catcher, right? You'd rather have a young catcher than what you have right now.
Okay, he just went up to AAA, and he's killing the ball up there. I'm going to trust that they know more than you and I combined about player development.
Sure.
I mean, they do this for a living. Mm-hmm. They get paid a lot of money. So if they feel like Moises Ballesteros, yeah, we love him, top 6 prospect in a loaded system, if he needs to stay down there, okay, I'll trust that you guys know better than I know when he'll be ready. But he can't be that far off. He can't be.
Okay, and what about the other players? Like you don't want to see Patrick Wisdom up there, right? You'd rather have a minor league player than Wisdom languishing on the bench?
I would just like to see, can Alexander Canario jumpstart your offense at all? And if he can't, well, then what are we doing? He's got, 15, 16 home runs in the minors already? Mm-hmm. He'd be the leading home run hitter on the Cubs.
You want an answer. I mean, that's the answer. I'm sure that's the same thing they would say. They'd rather have Mastroboni sitting on the bench than your best minor league hitter.
They are horrifically bad.
Here's Shea Darling.
For what it's worth, Ballesteros at MLB Pipeline is a 2026 ETA cap. I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Here's Shea Darling.
2026. He's in AAA, Shea. Look up his numbers, please. MILB.
He's hitting like 310, I think.
In AAA, how could he be 2026?
20 years old. They don't want to activate the clock.
Look that up, boys.
Thanks, Carm.
Here's Shea Darling.
2 interesting stories came out in a Bob Nightingale trade deadline piece regarding the Chicago White Sox.
Well.
I got very scared of something when I read through these. The first was that the Sox quietly engaged with Garrett Crochet on talks about an extension, looking to lock up their young, apparently phenom pitcher who's been excellent this season. Mm-hmm. No progress was made. The idea the White Sox are going to be able to extend Crochet, they've lost faith in that. They're a little more motivated to move him. Also, per Bob Nightingale, the White Sox are trying to move Andrew Benintendi, who has $50 million left on his deal from 2025 to 2027. He's also been one of the worst players in baseball this season, 45% worse than average by OPS plus, and all of a negative 1.8 wins above replacement. Now for my little fear. Shot or no shot, the White Sox are going to use Garrett Crochet to get out of the Andrew Benintendi deal.
You got to get wow. No shot because their payroll is small compared to the big market teams. You can't minimize the asset that is Garrett Crochet just to get out from underneath a crappy contract. That should be a separate deal. Hey, man, we made a bad signing. That was a previous regime. Pay it off and move him. Get something. Done. Eat what I got to eat. Gone. You got to max. If you trade Crochet, which I think is a mistake, he's 24. He is top 10 pitchers this year in Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
That's fair, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You're going to trade him and get less back so you can move a bad deal? That's just bad management,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a no shot. And Shay, if you were in charge of the White Sox, you would have cut Benintendi. Just cut your losses. It's not on Chris Getz. You just would have. I mean, you're not going anywhere. You eat the money and you just move on.
It's just that's the kind of owner I would be in sports in general. If I made a bad deal, $75 million for Benintendi, and we are a year and a half into said deal, and he's one of the worst players in baseball, I would find a way to pay him $50 million to F off, respectfully.
Yeah, that's all fair. And I would agree, Cap. These are two separate entities. We're talking about two separate players. You want to trade Crochet because you want to get draft picks and you want to get younger, go ahead. I'd rather for them not to, Cap, but I understand the position that the Sox are in. The Crochet could be aces for this team the next few years, but the Sox aren't winning the next couple of years. They're just not. So with or without Crochet, it's going to be the same ball club. They're not going anywhere.
But you're trying to trade to get another Crochet. He's only 24. If you told me he's 29, 30, okay, I get it. 24 years old, flame-throwing left-hander, good person in the room. Like, there's no negative.
I agree. These are two separate deals to me.
What did the Royal do? Remember when you came on and said the Royal have just signed Bobby Witt Jr. for $285 million? Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Their fan base goes, wow, super cool. We committed to one of our young guys rather than being a farm system for everybody else. And the Royal, while maybe not going to win the World Series, they're having a better year this year.
47-39.
Correct.
Look what happens when you spend a little bit and invest and say, we're going to have a cornerstone in our franchise. Look what you have. Who's the cornerstone in the White Sox?
But Garrett Crochet should be one.
If you're ready to win, yeah. Like if you're building, if I could tell you like, okay, in 3 years, Cap, you'll be in the playoffs. Okay, then you keep Crochet along. You keep him with you on the ball club. But they're not ready to win in 3 years. They're not.
Wow.
They're not ready to win in 5 years. It takes a lot. You have to reimagine the minor league system too now.
Correct.
Don't forget about that.
Yeah, I think that's the tough part is your minor league system's bottom third in all of baseball. And having Crochet long-term is nice, but when you're if you were a year away, I could see locking him up. When you're 3 or 4 plus years away from contending, you have to reload your minor league system, and you can do it by trading Crochet.
Shay, I'm a bottom line fan, and what it comes down to is, have you done it before, Chris Getz? Where you could be able to say, hey, we are trying to fix the minor league system. Now we have all these assets, and we're going to be ready to win in 3 years. Neophyte in the job as a GM, and then as the person that was presiding over the minor league system, it was in the middle. Now it's even worse than that, in the bottom of the third.
I mean, think about the Orioles, right? They need starting pitching help. They think they can win a World Series. They have one of the best farm systems in baseball. Can you snag 2 of their top 5?
It'd be nice. That would be nice.
And those are star-level players. Like, that's...
Well, yeah. But they're not giving you Jackson Holiday either.
No, probably not.
No.
But can you get Heston Kjerstad? Maybe.
Maybe.
Now, once they're on your team, what are you going to do with them, Cap? What are you going to surround them with? And that's what I'm saying as a bottom line. This is not just being negative. It's just being a realist when it comes to the White Sox. Correct. It's going to take a lot to get underneath the Hahn and Williams regime to try to fix this thing. I mean, the Rocky series is one thing. It was like 2 Spider-Man memes pointing at one another. You're bad? Well, you're worse. So this series didn't tell me anything.
No, it did not.
Shay, can you squeeze in one more?
Yeah, on Friday, Hoodie, we were reacting to the spectacle of the presidential debate with Chris Black, who believed we were missing a golden opportunity as a station for a campaign of our own. If you missed it, we've put together some promotional material.
The place, ESPN Chicago. The year, 2024. One candidate, born and raised in Skokie.
No-nonsense host David Kaplan. He's all nonsense.
Yes.
The other candidate, also born and raised in Skokie.
That is offensive and inappropriate.
2 sports talk show hosts will vie for a 1-year term as president of ESPN Chicago. Whatever that means. Will civil discourse lead the day in this race of no purpose?
Everybody just tweet Cap at once. Just write, take that. No context, no nothing. Every take that.
Or will this just turn into petty fodder for each other's shows?
My response is, okay, then you're bored.
Stay tuned to ESPN Chicago for election 2024.
Shot or no shot, Cap would win the election.
That's a shot.
That's a shot.
Huh.
You believe you?
Take that, Silvy.
So the election, this is a Black creation believing that someone should run for president of ESPN 1000 in this election year. And we believe that you would be the candidate to get that done.
I can tell you this. And I'm not speaking for Silvy because I'm not going to negatively campaign unless I have to. There will be a level of accountability that you've never seen before.
Oh, man. That means new pens for everybody and new yellow pads.
Correct.
And a working computer.
No more will I walk into a studio and have a mic fall out of the holder. The mic stand.
Okay.
Damn.
Do you have any other campaign promises?
Yes. I will make sure that every day you come in, lunch is provided by management, whatever your shift is, or dinner. There will be an endless stream of cold beverages available in the lunchroom, all at no cost to anybody at the station.
That's awesome.
Congress is laughing that one out of the building. There's no shot that gets through.
Yeah, the majority leader, Craig, went, what?
I will say, just in terms of the campaign, I like Cap's odds a lot. If we're going the attack ad route, no disrespect, I'd take Jay Moore and I creating attack ads over Tyler and Meller.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. And there's me and Waddle on the other side of the room, just lobbying back and forth, making negotiations on behalf of both candidates, having a nice lunch.
To be all kidding aside, I have a less than zero interest in politics and in running, so I will just sit back and be a good team.
Oh, no, brother, you've been nominated.
Yeah.
The convention has happened without you.
Yeah, thanks.
Folks, I'm David Kaplan. You know me. Folks, when you sit at your table in the morning, you got to figure, what station do you want for sports? Mommy. That's it. That's what you got to do, Cap. Campaign. Yes. Around the NFL next on